Yeah, man. Thank y'all for returning. Full bars. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ain't that some stuff? YouTube, you out there hating? This is what happens when you emit so much power. Right? Got forces out there don't want to let the message get out. But it's cool though. It's cool. We gonna get through this shit. Sure is. So I was on hips. Alright, alright. What's up, Victorious? So let's do this full body scan again on intentional healing. We're gonna start at our head. Right? Do you feel anything there? Right? Yeah, you can join. You're right there. You can join. You're joined. Thanks for joining. Do you notice any tension at the top of your head? In your forehead? What about in your jaws? Are you clenching your jaws? What about your neck? Do you feel anything going on there? What about your shoulders? If you're like me, your throat. Does it hurt to talk? What about your chest? What about your heart? What about your stomach? Is your stomach tight? Your hips? What you got going on in your hips? What about your legs? What about your feet? Now, earlier, we put our hand over a part of our body that has been speaking to us for attention. What is it saying? Is it tight there? Is it hot there? Is it numb? Is it achy? What's going on? Just notice it. We don't have to judge it. Just notice it. Just listen. Now, wherever that space is, wherever that tension, that numbness, that achy feeling, that pain, breathe into that space. Clean air. In your nose, out your mouth. As we're exhaling, imagine that achiness, that numbness, that pain, that tension, whatever the ailment is, in your exhale, imagine that leaving that spot. Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be all of it because, we're now just starting to work on that healing process. We're not going to just fully be healed right now, right? It's going to take work. It may have taken days, months, weeks, years to get there. And it's going to take a while to heal in that spot. It's frozen again. Oh, wow. Now, I want y'all to write down, oh, your shoulder is frozen. Ew. Okay. Well, I want you to write this down or say it out loud. Where am I holding this tension? What is my body trying to tell me? Your body has been trying to get your attention for, like I said, maybe days, weeks, months, years. It's time to listen. Let's listen to it. All right? Now, that was the physical part of this whole healing process. Now it's time to move to the emotional part of it, right? The mental dimension of it. Now we go deeper, right? Because we dealt with the body. Now it's time to move inward. Because the physical part is just the symptom. Just like when we get sick, a cough, a sneeze, chills, body aches, all of those are symptoms of your body doing its job, which is healing. One of the most beautiful things about this body, it has the ability to heal itself. The physical symptoms, that's just the surface level, right? Now let's talk about what was really happening those 12 years of me yelling back and forth. Actually, it was a little longer than 12 years, but 12 years is when all of the things was happening, was getting underway. There were times where I really believed that, my feelings did not matter as much as hers. Why? Because here's that happy wife, happy life, right? So I would swallow my frustration. I would bite my tongue. I would try to keep the peace. But what nobody told me was silence feels safe in the moment, but it's a slow poison. Because every time I didn't speak, I was telling myself what I feel does not matter. Like I wasn't saying that, but that is how I felt, and that is what was resonating with my body. And so that became a belief, right? It becomes a belief and it gets wired into our nervous system. And for me, it did not just show up in my marriage. You know, it was a life pattern. You know, how many times I had to silence myself to keep somebody else comfortable? How many times did I perform or adapted or shrunk to the occasion, whatever the event was? And so my throat didn't just close up because of 12 years with my ex-wife. You know, it closed because I had been learning to silence myself my whole life. Even before my ex-wife, before we got together, I would silence myself at times to, you know, not get whoopings. So when the laryngitis kept coming back, I realized that, hey, this isn't just physical. This is it's something else. And over a time I realized that it was emotional. Right? That was my body screaming what my voice couldn't. Right? The throat chakra is the center of truth, expression, and authenticity. And when we can't speak our truth, when we hold it in, the energy gets stuck. Your chakra wheel is what chakra means in Sanskrit. Your wheel stops spinning. That area gets blocked, clogged, or it closes up, which is like a dam. It doesn't allow the energy to flow through. So it just stays there stagnant. And what is stagnant water? It's all ill. And eventually, the body speaks for us through illness. In my case, laryngitis. Other people's cases, whatever the ailment is. And so I had to do emotional work. I'm still doing emotional work, right? And that means affirmations, because that means that I have to rewire those beliefs that what I have to say doesn't matter. My feelings aren't important. And so I have affirmations all around the house, on mirrors, on little post-it notes, index cards, you know, and I might even say a few to myself throughout the day. right? If we say them out loud, we have to hear it. If we write it down, we have to see it. I should record myself, but the live streams are my recordings, right? But I need to believe in those affirmations as much as I believed in my words not mattering, my feelings not mattering. I'm not important, but because I am important, right? But the affirmations alone aren't enough, right? I have to I had to start to process the unexpressed emotions, right? All of those years of swallowed words, all of those years of biting my tongue, I had to get past that. So, right, I thought, I sat in silence and in thought a lot. And sometimes in those thoughts, a couple of tears fell. Because how could I minimize my voice, my feelings, my emotions, just so someone else can be comfortable in whatever it is, the event going on, whatever it is that they were thinking, if they was even thinking anything, right? And one thing that we don't like to do, we don't like to feel that anger. We don't like to rip the bandages off. We don't like to peel back those scabs so those toxins can come out, right? So those toxins can release. Because back to that stagnant water, same thing with the emotions, those stagnant emotions, those undealt with trauma issues. You're not going to do anything but bleed on other people. You're not going to do nothing but sit there in all of that funk, all of that toxic water, and think that you're not good enough. So the grief, I had to feel it. I had to release it. The frustration, I had to feel it. I had to release it. I didn't go to therapy. I found my own way of therapy. But I did and are releasing it. And the thing about it is you can't heal what you don't feel. And for years I was running from my feelings. I was not running from my feelings and emotions. I was suppressing my feelings and emotions. Now, it's your turn. Your turn. We're going to do some mirror work. If you got a mirror nearby, look in it. We just need to look at ourselves, like literally look in ourselves. Look in ourselves and look at ourselves. Now, I'm serious. Do it. Look in your own eyes. Like really look. Now I got some affirmations. You can make your own up. Yeah, make your own up. Right? I matter. Right? Because you do matter. And that's just not something to tell you just as some bumper sticker saying, because you do matter. And if you think that you don't matter, your body is going to show up and show you that you don't matter. I did another live. The universe doesn't have your back. It has your reflection. If you say that, if you speak it, if you believe it, well, you're going to get all of that you've been saying. You're going to get all of that that you've been thinking. The universe is going to show you each and every negative affirmation you've been telling yourself. So all of those negative affirmations you've been telling yourself, flip those to positive affirmations and start to let the universe reflect that to you. For me, my voice matters. Whatever affirmation you just came up with in your head, say it again. My voice matters. This is for me. And again. One more time. Now, this time, say it with feeling. In my Kevin Hart voice, say it with your chest. Or was that his dad? I think that was his dad. But whoever it was, say it with feeling. Did you notice that if anything came up or not? Did you feel resistance in saying that? Did tears come out? Did it feel awkward? If so, that's a good thing. That's what we call growth edges. That's where the healing happens. Right now, I want y'all to sit with these few questions. You don't have to answer them in the chat, but let them sit in your spirit. What have you been afraid to say? Who have you been silencing yourself for? What belief you have about yourself that needs to be healed? If you can, write them down, the answers, or just hold them in your heart. What we're doing, we're planting seeds. Now, here we are to the spiritual side of healing. We went through the physical. We did a body scan. Right? We went to the emotional, the mental part. Right? Affirmations. The belief system that we believed that caused the physical ailments, the physical pain. pain, the physical numbness, the whatever, the tension, whatever. Now we get to the spiritual side of this intentional healing. And this is the hardest to explain, but it's the most important, the most essential aspect. Now, laryngitis wasn't just a physical problem or an emotional pattern. It's a spiritual wake-up call, you know. And what soul, higher self, whatever, was saying is, hey, buddy, you're not aligned. You're not living or walking in your truth. You're not being who you came here to be. And though my soul is saying that, your soul is saying that to you as well. But here's the thing. Healing isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about transformation. It's about evolution. It's about becoming more of who you are, of who you really are. And for me, that meant reclaiming my voice, not just physically, but spiritually. Right? I had to learn to speak my truth, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's costing me something, even when people don't like it. Like I said earlier, I work with these crystals. I work with these herbs. The crystals aren't just magical rocks, right? They hold energy, especially when we intentionally use them. We're not wearing it just for show because purple may be our favorite color or blue might be our favorite color or whatever, or it goes with said outfit you're wearing, right? My tools help me stay connected to my intention, to keep my throat open, to speak authentically, to honor my truth. And that's what happens with a lot of people. We don't honor our truth. I meditate on my throat chakra. I visualize the color blue, right? Since that's the throat chakra's color, blue. I imagine a blue light flowing through, clearing the blockages and opening the channel, right? I hum, chanting the sound hum. And that's the mantra for the throat chakra. The element ether, which is space, right? I do a little work with that. Creating space for my voice. This is the space for my voice. Even off of here, I cannot be ashamed or afraid to speak my truth. I set intentions. I ask for guidance. even looked at ancestral patterns, right? Who else in my lineage struggles to speak? Struggles with being heard? I ask myself, am I healing for them too? Then I sit back and think, fuck yeah, I am. Hell yeah, I am healing for them too. Because we are our ancestors. And in a lot of cases, we even behave like them as well. Right now, it's this spiritual piece is what makes the healing stick. Because you can take all the herbs in the world, say all the affirmations, wear all the colors of the damn whatever chakra is closed. But if you ain't aligned with your soul's truth, it ain't gonna stick. It's not gonna hold. Nothing's going to work. And so you will feel like you're not doing it right. Maybe this isn't for me. And then guess what? You'll fall right back into that same loop of feeling like you don't matter or holding that burden or whatever it is that you're fighting. Right? When illness happens, when illness or ailment pops up, that's an invitation for us to wake up. Wake up. To come into alignment, to let your mind, body, and spirit work together instead of fighting each other. Because we good at doing that. We good at doing that, right? Now, let's do this together, right? I'm going to do it with you. If you can, get a proper posture. Sit up, straight up, spine tall. I was going to make a short joke, but spine tall. Put your hand over your ailment. For me, it's my throat. No, I'm not choking myself. Take a deep breath. In your nose, out your mouth. Wherever your pain, numbness, achiness is at, picture the nearest chakra color bright, vibrant. Visualize that color light. For me, I'm going to visualize blue. If it's in your head, visualize indigo or purple. Yeah. If it's your shoulders, visualize this blue. If it's your chest, visualize green. If it's in your stomach, Your gut area, if it's above your navel, yellow. If it's below your navel, orange. If it's in your pelvic area or below your hips or below, picture red. With every inhale, that color gets brighter. It's warm. It's healing. It's opening. With every exhale, any blockages, any stuck energy, any old beliefs, they dissolve. They leave. They release. Breathe in that color. Breathe out what no longer serves you. Now, gently hum. Just soft, enough to feel the vibration in that area. If you feel that vibration, good. If you don't, still good. Continue to hum. Now, out loud, even if it's a whisper, I release what no longer serves me. For me, I'm going to reclaim my voice. If you created your own affirmation, now's the time to say that affirmation again. One more time. I value my voice. I reclaim my voice. Breathe one more time. As you're breathing, let that light settle in your spot. This is sealing the intention. This is sealing the healing. If you close your eyes and whenever you're ready, you can open them. How do you feel? Check in with that spot. Did that pain, numbness, achiness, did it ease up? Does it feel different? Does it feel open? Yes, that's your energy moving. That's the healing happening in real time. Only thing we have to do is just pay attention to what's going on. So we done hit those three spots: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Now we get into the integration, the moving forward. Where am I now? In my journey, I'm still healing, and that's okay. Healing isn't linear. Some days I can hear a few words that I say during the day in my original voice. Other days my throat hurts, right? Some days I catch myself not saying something or biting my tongue or swallowing my words. But when I notice them, I take a course of correction. Fuck how they feel after I say what I say. I'm not saying it with malice or ill intent, but I have to say what the fuck I gotta say if I'm wanting my original voice to come back. I've been off of tobacco for 2 years next month. Quitting my herbs. I'm quitting weed, that type of herb. I'm using healing herbs. I'm using crystals. I'm doing my affirmations. I'm speaking up, even at times when it may be feeling a little scary. And little by little, my throat is healing. Whether if I can hear it or not. As long as I'm serious about healing, it's going down, or in this case, up. My life is healing. Because this isn't just about my throat, it's about living in alignment. This isn't just about your shoulders. This just isn't about your knees, your hips, whatever part of your body. It isn't about just that. It's about living in alignment. It's about being authentic. It's about mattering to yourself, because you do matter. And yes, I'm healing, and I want the same for you. Whoever out there is feeling like they need some healing, I want you to heal. Whether it's your throat like me, your gut, your heart, like I said, wherever your body is calling for attention. This holistic framework works. Physical tools supports your body. Emotional work releases what's been stored. Spiritual practices aligns you with your authentic self. If you need some sexual healing, go get you one. Go bust you one. Just make sure you choose your partner with as much discernment, because we don't want to be swapping sacred energy during that exchange with somebody who may knock you off your path. All three together is intentional healing. That's transformation. Here's what I want you to do before we leave this space. Choose one action from each dimension. The physical dimension. What's the one thing you'll do to support your body? Maybe it's an herb. Maybe it's a stretch. Maybe it's quitting something that's harming you. Maybe it's resting more. What's your one thing? From the emotional dimension, what's one thing you'll do to process what's stored? Is it journaling, affirmation, therapy? And you don't have to go pay a motherfucker $100 an hour to lay on their damn couch and tell them your problem. Get with somebody you feel safe with to really open up to them. That's therapy as well. Is it letting yourself cry? Because remember I was speaking about ripping the bandage and the damn scab off and letting those toxins release? Same thing with our tears. It releases unhealthy things. It releases those toxins that we've been holding on to. What's your one thing? Spiritual dimension. What's one thing you will do to align with your truth? Meditation, prayer, energy work, whether it's mirror or shadow, speaking up about something. What's your one thing? Your healing matters. Your voice matters. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to wait till it's bad enough. Start now. Start small. Start intentional. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for your courage. Because it takes courage to look at those parts of our life that may be uncomfortable, that may hurt. It takes real courage to heal. Remember, healing happens in spirals. It's not linear. It doesn't happen like a timeline. It doesn't. It's not straight lines. And while it's spiraling, you might circle back to old patterns. That's fine. You might have some setbacks. That's fine. It's not failure. That's part of the process. Only thing I ask you is just to keep going. The only thing your soul wants for you to keep going. It wants alignment. Higher self needs to be aligned with physical self. Now let's say this together. Repeat after me. Hand over your heart. I honor my body's wisdom. I honor my body's wisdom. I release what no longer serves me. I release what no longer serves me. I speak my truth with love. I speak my truth with love. I am healing, whole, and worthy. I am healing, whole, and worthy. We're going to take 3 deep breaths in and those 3 out. I'm going to take a moment of silence. Just be in the moment. Just be present. Just be grateful. Now release all of that stagnant energy. Release it. Release all that doesn't serve you. Release all of those negative affirmations, all of those fucked up ass beliefs that you believed about yourself. Release those burdens. Release the tension. Release that numbness, that achiness. Before we go, I'm gonna need y'all with some reflection questions. What truth have you been avoiding saying out loud, even to yourself? If your body could if your body could speak in full sentences right now, what would it say it needs from you? What pattern or belief are you ready to release, even if it means disappointing someone or disrupting your life as you know it? Welcome in, Didi. Where have you been playing small or silent to keep others comfortable? And what would change if you stopped? If you were living in complete alignment with your authentic self, What would you be doing differently today? Sit with those. Catch the playback, write them down if you need to. Come back to them and let them guide your healing. Until next time, keep healing, keep speaking, keep being you, and remember, you're all stars, so shine like one.